see somebody wear an Arsenal jersey, it affects. And when people start to have gray beards as well, you know something is happening to them.
Guys, let's look ahead to the weekend. The biggest game this weekend definitely has to be the London Derby. Chelsea against Tottenham Hotspur. The last time these two guys were up against each other, Chelsea have actually won the last 5 meetings between these two teams, but Tottenham Hotspur in recent games, in their last 3, 4, 5 games, have actually looked very, very comfortable, very good. Conte is shaping the side into a very strong unit. So let's quickly look at what we expect in that game, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur. Let me start with you, Eddie, for this one.
So Chelsea is Spurs' bogey team. They don't seem to be able to lay a glove on them. No matter what their form is coming into that game, it always seems to be thrown out of the window. I think you can be forgiven to think that, with the way that Chelsea has looked all preseason, that they're going to be easy pickings, for Spurs. And, not the fact that Spurs played Southampton, in their first game of the season. So that was confident. I feel that, Tuchel will definitely have a game plan for this match. And I'm fully expecting, that we were going to see a different side of Chelsea. I think that 1-0 victory against Everton was just enough to just give them some belief and confidence in themselves. Because I think if you look at their preseason, you would have expected that they would have lost or stumbled against Everton, and they could have. And that's kind of what you want, playing badly and then coming out with a result. Now they know that they cannot do that in this game against Spurs. So I think we're going to see a very different game, and I'm fully expecting, Chelsea actually to come out with a sneaky, 2-1 victory here.
All right, Festus.
For me, I think I want to go with Eddie for the first time. I see Chelsea taking this. I know everybody, they've given it to the contest guys for the fact that they trashed. They won their first match 4-1. Most people are saying Spurs are the dark horses. They are in contention to challenge the top two. And blah blah.
Are they not?
I don't think they are. I still think the top two is still the top two, and the rest.
The top two, the national.
They may be comfortable third, they may not. I still think the third will be fought between them and Arsenal for me, and even Chelsea. I think Chelsea will build. Forget how they started. Chelsea will come back. They still have a very wonderful squad, a very good squad. And we know Tuchel is a world-class coach. I know he will whip them to shape and put them back where they're supposed to compete. So for me, I think Chelsea will take this. It's going to be tight. It's going to be contested. I still stay on the 2-1. I predict 2-1.
All right. Okay. Did Femi predict this time? We don't want stories.
No, he has to predict. We don't want heart and head any longer.
We don't want heart and head.
This is going to be very straightforward.
What's your prediction?
This is pretty straightforward for me without really thinking too hard. I think Harry Kane, as always, is going to be the star of the show. He loves the London Derby. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Spurs. Harry Kane with both the goals.
All right.
I'm going down.
Eddie. Okay, Eddie.
Eddie has predicted.
I predicted 2-1 to Chelsea.
2-1 to okay. So I think Chelsea are just going to they're going to nick this one. I think Chelsea are going to nick this one. Regardless of how well Tottenham Hotspur played in the first game, I still see Chelsea. Yeah, they didn't look so convincing in the game against Everton. They looked in some part, they looked very lethargic. Their decision making in front of goal was very, very off. And that's one big problem in the Chelsea side. But I still think Chelsea will probably just nick this one. A narrow victory for Chelsea. Maybe 2-1. This game will end. So that's my prediction. Another game I want us to predict and quickly look at, and I'm starting with you first, was Liverpool Crystal Palace.
This can only go one way.
you don't think Crystal Palace, the physicality and their direction and their
not at
direct
Anfield.
kind of play will trouble
not at Anfield. They can't do that at Anfield. I don't think I've seen any team come to dominate Liverpool at Anfield.
Apart from Arsenal several years ago.
And Brentford last season.
Last season, Brentford actually, yes.
It was previously we always throw such matches to you anyway. But in average, it can only go one way, like I said, and I see a clear victory for Liverpool. I see a 3-0 victory for Liverpool.
Wow.
And I see Nunes. I don't know. I think I'm seeing a hat trick for Nunes at this point in time. He's going to have his hat trick in this match. Guys, you heard it from me and note it down. It's going to happen. Thank you.
See,
why is everybody laughing?
Breakfast before he came on the call, so the breakfast is not digested yet. So he's starved of thinking abilities at the minute.
I'll remind you when this happens.
That's not a problem.
You know, he came in. Remember last match? He came in how many minutes, and he almost got a goal and assist. He almost got several goals within few minutes in the field. And now I think he's going to.
I think if he spends 90 minutes, he will score.
He's going to start this match, and I see him getting the Premier League. Yes, he will, and you will see.
This is not the US League. This is the Premier League.
Femi, your prediction.
Give me I leave my prediction alone.
Historically, you know, Crystal Palace will not go to Anfield and roll down. They always give Liverpool a problem, always. And Liverpool didn't cover themselves in glory in their first game, so it's going to be a bit of a banana skin this one for them. I think they're going to be rolling on the floor, Liverpool, trying to win this. But maybe just a hot 1-0. And it's a Monday night game as well. Never full of goals. But everybody's thinking about how to get home early. So I think it may be the odd 1-0 to Liverpool in the end.
Okay, odd 1-0 to Liverpool. Eddie.
I'm gonna go for a draw in this game.
What?
I am gonna go for a draw in this game. And the reason why I went for a draw is that I looked at that game against Fulham, and I see Crystal Palace, you know, deploying similar type of tactics, you know, against Liverpool. So I fully expect, you know, Saha, you know, to be a tough one to handle. Eze played really well in that game against us, and I'm not sure Liverpool have settled in their back line yet. If you want to play Liverpool, this is the best time to play them. So I think that, you know, there's going to be a draw here. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw to Liverpool Crystal Palace.
Femi, can you see? This is classic breakfast are not settled for a 2-2 draw.
but I think
you guys are brothers. And I think sometimes when Eddie sees somebody wear an Arsenal jersey, it affects. And when people start to have grey beards as well, you know something is happening to them. As well. So in the end,
Femi, but I have grey beards as well.
No, yours is not grey yet. That's why you're reasoning properly. But the little bit that is coming, can you see the way you did your hair, your cap today? That's and your glasses too. So only me now. You see, that's why I scraped everything. It gives you air. You have air that flies through your head. So you can reason better.
But really. I think Liverpool will nick this one. I think 3-0 here. And
you agree with me?
3-0. I think 3-0, but not a Darwin Nunes hat-trick.
And I thought that was a crazy one.
No, it's not the scoreline that is the crazy thing. He's saying Darwin Nunes will come in here and score a hat-trick.
Yes,
against
he
Crystal
will.
Palace.
Yes, he will.
I don't think he will get his hat-trick on Monday. But I think Liverpool will. You know, one of the things a lot of people have not given them credit for, Fulham against Liverpool, the midfield totally did not allow Liverpool get their rhythm. They made sure Liverpool didn't find their passing range until later on in the game. And I don't know if Fulham tired out or something, but I know that first 45 minutes, they broke every play. They didn't allow that connection. And I feel like one of the things we enjoyed against Crystal Palace, I'm talking about Arsenal, is bossing the midfield, bossing that midfield. And Liverpool, I think Crystal Palace don't have the players. They've got fantastic wingers in the person of Eze and Zaha. Unfortunately, you are trying to push Eze to play in the middle. Eze loves to run into space. And that's why a lot of times you see Eze behind Zaha against Arsenal, and they left a lot of hole in the midfield that Arsenal could play around, and that's just going to play into the hands of Liverpool. Unfortunately, Thiago Alcantara might not play because he's injured, he's out. I think he's going to be out for about 6 weeks, but I think Liverpool still have the players to bust the midfield, and once you can bust the midfield against Crystal Palace, and then you have Salah rampaging, you have Luis Diaz, and then you have Firmino, and then you have Darwin Núñez as well. I think Crystal Palace will be put to the sword. I'll be shocked if I don't see a 3-goal win, but Liverpool is going to win this one, and it's going to be 3-0. Our final prediction for the weekend, and it's because of how poorly they started. Manchester United, they traveled to Brentford. Brentford, they were on the verge of losing 2-0 to Leicester City, but they fought back and got a 2-2 draw in that game. They host Manchester United, who look out of sorts at the moment. Your prediction, guys. Let me start this one. Let me kickstart this one. Brentford to beat Manchester United 2-1. Why is everybody quiet?
It's not a shocking news.
To be fair, right? It's not shocking at all. I'm actually on your side, actually. United are going to Brentford to win. The same physicality, I'm actually going for a 3-1 victory to Brentford.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
This gray hair is the problem these days. So. You think Ten Hag will let them lie down like that? No, I. Personally, I think United will come back. It will be a tough ask, but I see them win 2-1 actually to United. They have to turn it around. Otherwise, the
season is gone.
Say that again, sorry.
No,
I said the season will be gone if they don't.
It's too early.
The season will not be gone. We lost 3 games at the start of last season.
We lost 3 games in the bounce.
The vultures will be hard for 10.
When I say season,
when it was half-time last game, the cameras followed him almost all the way to the tunnel.
All the way, yeah.
And if he doesn't want that happening to him again this time around. So he's going to have a problem at the community stadium in Brentford, but I think it will come good this time around. Eriksen on his return to his old stomping ground. He might get the hot goal for United, but I think they're going to win it 2-1 because
the cost of the X.
Exactly.
Interestingly, guys, the bookmakers actually
75 X's or 750. You said the other time I took a 0 out of it, so he knows the cost of the X.
Okay. Interestingly, guys, the bookmakers actually gave Man U 48% chance of winning this match, and they said 26% draw and 26% win for Brentford.
So United still have a better chance, don't they?
I go with them in terms of Man U want to bounce back here, and I believe Ten Hag has had an ample time to put some things in place and see where the mistakes, and he knows he can't make that same mistake he did with playing Eriksen out of position. So I think Eriksen will come back to where he rightfully belongs, and we will see either Rashford and Ronaldo starts this time.
He loves to play.
So I think Man U will make this. I'm seeing like a 1-0 victory here. I'm giving it to Man U.
Awesome. So those are our 3 predictions. Eventually, by the time we get to week 10, we're going to show you guys the table. the leader table. Hopefully, I'll be on top of that table by then. But guys, it's been a very, very great show. I know we need to run back to our bread and butter. Thanks for being here. And now I'm going to make this promise on behalf of the boys. We're going to do a watch party, a watch, and we're going to choose a key game, and we're going to be online for all 2 hours watching the game. Halftime, we're going to have maybe before the game, we'll have some sort of analysis. Halftime, chipping our thoughts, and at the end of the game. But we're going to have a watch party. We're going to decide in the next 5 weeks one of the big games coming up, and we're going to do that. We'll have a watch party. But guys, it's fun as always. It's fun as always hanging out with you guys.
And tell Eddie not to do that again, yeah?
Call me. No, I'm now Eddie has won me over. So yeah, call me.
If you do that, I'm blocking your number as well.
All right, thank you very much,
guys.
All right, please see you later.
Bye, guys.